Boston City Hall Plaza. Thank you all for coming down to celebrate Boston's National Bike to Work Day Festival today. I am so excited that this week is also our launch week for Blue Bikes. So get out there and ride, and I am here just to introduce Mayor Walsh, who probably doesn't need a lot of introduction. So, Mayor.
How's everyone doing today? Thank you. It's exciting to be here today, and I want to thank everyone who biked to work today. I know I just had a cabinet meeting and it was a little late because I think half the cabinet biked to work today, and I should have biked. But I want to thank everyone for joining us for National Bike to Work today, and making safe and healthy choices, and making sure that we continue to green our city and our region. I know that we have Mayor Curtatone of Somerville with us. Thank you, Mayor Curtatone. We have Mayor Mark McGovern from Cambridge here with us. Thank you, Mayor. Cambridge in the house. Mayor Curtatone's mad he didn't bring more people from Somerville with him today. We have a select woman Heather Hamilton from Brookline here with us today. We have City Councilor Michelle Wu with us today. We have one of the councilors that rode his bike to work today. Councilor Matt O'Malley's here with us today. We're excited about, and we have also, I'm going to talk about him in a second. We're celebrating the launch of Blue Bikes here in the city of Boston. I want to congratulate and thank Andrew Dreyfus and the team of Blue Cross Blue Shields. What we're doing today is taking bike sharing to the next level. Something that's really exciting here in the city of Boston. We believe in bike share here in Boston. We believe in an opportunity for all Bostonians, and I should say all of the greater Boston area. We have to do more on the issue of bikes, bike safety, on cycle tracks, on dedicated bike lanes. We have to make sure that we continue to push forward in the city. I think in this year's budget, it shows that commitment that we're making here in the city of Boston, about $1 billion commitment in transportation on the city side over the next 10 years. We're looking at raising fees for parking fines in the city of Boston. All of that money gets dedicated right back into transportation. We have Chris Osgood here with us, the Chief of Streets in the City of Boston. We have Gina Fandaka, the Chief of Transportation in the City of Boston. And we're working because it's important for us to continue to make sure that biking remains a real big option and continues to grow in our city, for workers commuting into work, for visitors exploring our city, for families doing healthy activities together, for seniors getting more active, making sure that we believe in making it a convenient, affordable, safe option for everyone to be able to ride their bike and take their bike around our beautiful city and around our beautiful region in cities like Somerville and Cambridge and other cities involved. With Blue Cross's help, that's what we're doing here today. That's why we're expanding into Dorchester and the city of Boston. For the first time, we're taking rideshare to Mattapan, to Rosendale. By this time next year, Boston will own more than 200 Blue Bike stations and 2,000 bikes in the city of Boston. With our partnerships with Brookline and Cambridge and Somerville, we'll have a total of over 3,000 bikes in our three cities. I also want to recognize Jay Walder and his team at Motivate International. They're out there making sure that our systems runs well. As I said, I want to thank again Chief of Streets Chris Osgood, Commissioner Gina Fandaka, Transportation Director Stephanie Seskin for leading our work here in the city of Boston and continuing to do good things. Bike share is part of our vision in Boston as a premier bike-friendly city, and we got to continue to make sure that we become the #1 bike city and the #1 bike region in the United States of America. Our budget proposals, as I mentioned earlier, are backing up what we're saying here today. We're making our streets, we're making our sidewalks, and our open space safer and more efficient for everyone. That means more staff to advance transit, walking, and biking, and a boost to about $700,000 to our citywide bike network. Excuse me. We're advancing protected bike lanes and bike paths across our city. Right now in the city, as we talk, Commonwealth Avenue in Allston, Sumner Street in the Four Point Channel, South Bay Harbor Trail, Columbus Ave in Lower Roxbury, and Connect Historic Boston Trail in the North End. So, thank you. So here's to another great year of biking in Boston, and I look forward to seeing you all here again September 15th for our Social Fitness Festival, sponsored by Blue Cross Blue Shield. and I'm going to challenge the other mayors and the elected officials. We have to be here prepared that day. No suits, no ties, no shoes. We need shorts and sneakers. We need to be ready to go up. One other thing I'll just say to everyone here, please, and I know a lot of people do come for this. One of my favorite events in the city of Boston is Hub on Wheels. It's going to be September 16th. It's going to be riding in our city. It's a great event because there's so many different people. It's a diversity of people from all different ages and ranges and places, and that's a great weekend in our city. And I know many of you come here for that. I want to thank Boston Bikes because they're a big part of that as well. And I'd like to now just pass this over to Andrew Dreyfus to say more about Blue Cross's commitment. But I'll tell you, as the process was going on, I don't get involved in the process of selecting vendors and selecting winners of people bidding on different programs here in the city of Boston. But I saw in Andrew Dreyfus's face before Blue Bikes was selected the joy or the happiness that he had in being engaged in this, being engaged in really moving all of our conversations around bicycles and safety and transportation forward. And it's my great honor to introduce you, Andrew Dreyfus from Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Thank you, Mayor Walsh, and thank you for your leadership on both biking issues and transportation issues and safe streets issues in the city. Blue Cross is extraordinarily excited to be the sponsor and the partner for the new Blue Bikes program, and it's a great issue for me as someone who was born in Boston, grew up in Brookline, lived for more than 12 years in Cambridge, and maybe Somerville's in my future, Mayor Curatone. Right. It's a hot city, so that's maybe where I'll go next. And as someone who used to commute every day to work from Cambridge to Boston, I parked my bike right up the street here. I'm a big believer in biking to work, so thank you all for biking to work. So there are three reasons why we got behind this partnership. First, as the Mayor Walsh said, with 100 new stations, we're expanding access to new neighborhoods that have previously not had a bike share presence. We're also supporting a robust discount fund to make Blue Bikes affordable to everyone, so very important. Second, we're improving the experience. On the streets today, there are new and improved bikes with enhanced features to rider safety and comfort. If you haven't tried one out yet, I encourage you to do it. They're comfortable, they're strong, the gears are great, the brakes are good, they're great bikes. And lastly, we're helping residents lead healthier lives using Blue Bikes as a safe, fun, and sustainable form of transportation. So I encourage you all to try the bikes, and remember, always wear a helmet. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. I just want to make a couple quick introductions as well before we bring up the next speaker. I want to thank the Secretary of Transportation for the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, who is an avid biker, Stephanie Pollock's with us. And I want to give a shout out to the Boston Cyclists Union for all the great work they do in advocacy in the city of Boston and throughout. And now I want to bring up to you the Mayor of Somerville, Mayor Joe Curatone.
Thank you, Mayor Walsh, and I accept this fitness challenge because I am dying to see you in shorts, Mr. Mayor. You know, it's great to be here with Mayor Walsh, who's a staunch regionalist, and our partners in Brookline, Heather Hamilton and Mel Kleckner, the city manager, Mayor McGovern from Cambridge, Luke DiPasquale, the city manager, you know, Matt Walder from Motivate, Andrew Dreyfus from Blue Cross Blue Shield, and Secretary Pollock, and many, many more. But you, the advocates and the activists, for me, all of us in the region, thank you. You have elevated this value conversation of the need to invest in this important mobility option for everyone. We are certainly given a new choice of people how they move, and the future mobility is something we continue to need to ask ourselves, but also it is an issue of equity. Like Boston, Somerville is excited to add 9 new stations beginning next month at our most underserved neighborhoods, bringing in just 4.1 square miles, more than 20 stations, and we're really excited about that. And we as a region, these 4 communities are leading this conversation and effort about the future of bike share. And we wanted to expand. We're excited and honored to be partners with Blue Cross Blue Shield, such a staple here in New England. Andrew, thank you for your investment, and Motivate. which has been an incredible partner for us. We need to continue to move it forward. Somerville, we're doing 50 years worth of infrastructure work in the next 5 years. If you're a bicyclist, you know it, you feel it every day. But we'll soon be opening the first federally funded cycle track right on Beacon Street, which is the corridor for much of that region coming to and from Boston. And we're doing the same along Somerville Ave and Central Broadway in the future, and it's really been your advocacy, your activism that's getting done. Mayor Walsh, said it eloquently. We know the region's bigger than just us, but we plan on pushing this movement forward from the center out. Boston's been the hub in this conversation. I was here several years ago when we launched this system. It's great to see so many more people out and how much we've invested collectively together into the important service, but really in the values we're trying to further. So thank you for coming out today. It's my honor now to introduce the Mayor of the City of Cambridge, Mayor McGovern.
Good morning, everybody. Whoa. My comments just flew away. All right, well, thank you all so much for being here. Thank you, Mayor Curtatone, Mayor Walsh. I love what you've done with the place. Where'd he go? There he is. He's talking to kids. Thank you so much for being here. It's great to be over the bridge. I don't get to do it too often. In fact, I got to get back to Cambridge in a few hours or I turn into a pumpkin. But it's really great to be here. You know, as I think most of you know, Cambridge has really been a leader in bike infrastructure and cycling. We're working towards 20 miles of bike safety network that's going to connect all the neighborhoods of Cambridge so that folks can cycle from one end of Cambridge to the other. We have Kara Seidemann here who's been leading the way on the Cambridge side. So I don't want to take up too much time, but I really want to say how excited I am to be part of this group and have Cambridge be part of this group, and really want to thank Blue Cross Blue Shield for their support and taking on this program. But I think sort of what was mentioned earlier, the thing I'm probably most excited about is the discount program for low-income residents of our cities to be able to access cycling. It is an equity issue. It's an environmental issue. It's about opportunity, and that to me I think is going to be something that's really going to change the face of cycling and really bring it to more neighborhoods and more people. So I really want to thank everybody for being here. It's a pleasure. And without further ado, I'm going to introduce Heather Hamilton, the select woman from Brookline.
Good day. Wow, the energy here is really incredible. It is an honor to represent the town of Brookline at this event. I just wanted to take a minute or two to say that Brookline is committed to equitable and sustainable modes of transportation. And as our publicly owned bike share system, Blue Bikes is a key to that, to us accomplishing that goal. So I just want to thank Motivate and especially Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Massachusetts, along with my other municipalities. We are very, very humbled and excited about this this program. So thank you.
So that's it. We're done. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great day riding.